I mean, he has given fewer press conferences, fewer interviews than any president in modern history, including the previous one, who's now running for re-election. And, this could all be...
And the previous one told more lies per sentence than any candidate has ever told on a debate stage.
This is not the discussion that we're having. We could certainly, have that conversation. I certainly didn't particularly care for it when President Biden said no U.S. service members had been killed in the previous 4 years. But moving on from things that were said that were not true.
That's CNN political reporter and rat fleeing a sinking ship, Jake Tapper, telling Biden co-chair Chris Coons that Democrats are full of it. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like one of the new strategies for the left after Biden's dismal debate is to blame CNN for not fact-checking Trump. Because as we all know, if a biased news network isn't constantly interrupting your opponent during a debate, it turns your brain into mush, you behave like a confused toddler.
In an attempt to reassure voters about his fitness for office, Biden campaign chair Jen O'Malley Dillon holding a call with party leaders earlier today, telling them this too shall pass. There is a discernible pattern of Democratic officials seemingly trying to convince you, the public, to not believe what you saw and what you heard with your eyes and with your ears on Thursday night. Democratic officials have tried to spin this in many ways. They said President Biden just had a cold. They said it was just one off night, akin to when President Obama in 2012 was rusty and seemed a little huffy. But behind the scenes, make no mistake, most Democratic officials witnessed the same shocking spectacle that you did. The difficulty that the presumptive Democratic nominee, the current president of the United States, had just articulating his basic thoughts during the 90 minutes of the debate.
You've got to love how the party that ruthlessly attacked George Bush for not speaking well and bashed John McCain for being old suddenly doesn't see an issue with a candidate that has both of those qualities cranked to 11. I mean, it's gotten so bad that even Jake Tapper is calling them out. And let's not forget, he famously went after Laura Trump during an interview for saying Biden was in cognitive decline.
I mean, he has given fewer press conferences, fewer interviews than any president in modern history, including the previous one, who's now running for re-election. And, this could all be...
And the previous one told more lies per sentence than any candidate has ever told on a debate stage.
This is not the discussion that we're having. We could certainly, have that conversation. I certainly didn't particularly care for it when President Biden said no U.S. service members had been killed in the previous 4 years. But moving on from things that were said that were not true, I think it is easy to settle this right now by President Biden going to the Brady Press Center, the press file in the White House, and doing a 2-hour press conference. Everybody would cover it live. Networks probably would cover it live. He'd answer all these questions. It's not a crazy thing to expect a president to do. And the fact is, that. The campaign knows that. The White House knows that. That's how you settle this. You just put him in front of reporters, and he handles himself with acuity, aplomb. We all see it was just a fluke. Oh, my God, I can't believe it happened. And we move on. The fact that you haven't done that says quite a bit to me.
It's a little crazy that our expectations for mainstream media are so low now that we're supposed to be surprised when they do anything that loosely resembles being honest. The story here isn't that CNN is suddenly seeing the light or is on our side now. It's that they're basically bottom feeders, and there's been an important paradigm shift in the culture that they're responding to. You can think of them as the canary in the coal mine of establishment politics.
With all due respect, it is not honest to say that this is just one night. There have been moments like this that people have seen in front of the cameras and other moments with cameras not there. Just 2 weeks ago, let me just show this clip. There was another moment like this, not just a senior losing a train of thought, but something else going on. Here he is. It was in an event about immigration. He tries to introduce DHS Secretary Mayorkas, and there's some sort of glitch. I don't know what it is. Let's roll that tape.
Thanks to all the members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure I'm going to introduce you all the way. But all kidding aside, Secretary Mayorkas.
I don't know what that was.
That doesn't trouble me at all, Jake.
Yeah, we know it doesn't trouble you at all, dude. That's the problem. It should trouble you. But it doesn't because you're a dishonest political shill who only cares about winning. I mean, this kind of stuff should trouble everyone regardless of political affiliation. If Trump or anyone on the right was acting like that, it should bother us just as much as it does Democrats. You know, it's kind of wild how all of the left's tactics since this thing went down appear to just be burying their heads in the sand. Call me crazy, but I don't think that's going to be a winning strategy. But let me know what you think. Is Jake Tapper calling out Democrats for once due to his honesty or opportunism? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!